Hello, good morning. Welcome to our class. We'll be talking about history, and history is very interesting. It's one of the oldest subjects in academia that people study even long before literature and government came to be. But when we talk of history, let us quickly talk about the origin of history. Principally, history metamorphosed three powerful societies. We have the Greek, we have the Latin, and then we have the Old French. And in Latin, it is called Historia. In Latin, it is also called Historia. Then in French, it is called Historia. So these are the origin of history from these three principal society. And as a matter of fact, they all mean the same thing. What they mean is that they mean the learning into the past. That is one. They also mean an investigation into the past. They also mean an inquiry into the past. So you notice that the origin of the history from these three principal society implies the same thing. They mean the same thing. They mean a study that allows one to go into the past to know what has happened in the past before our birth or before one's birth, and so on and so forth. So this serves as the origin of history. Now let's quickly talk about the meaning of history or definition of history. Now, I want to talk of the meaning of history. However, history has been defined by different scholars in different angles. According to Adeyemi, he says history is an attempt to inquire into the past. That is the process of knowing the past, to do a research, to do a findings, to know what has happened before a particular generation or epoch that one is born into. That is what Adeyemi is saying. Then also, history is the scientific, it is the study of the past, the present, and to predict the future. So this definition of history is keenly related to the belief of political scientists, because most political scientists predict what will happen in the political realm or in politics. How? Because they study the past or inquire into the past of political happenings. They also look at what is happening at a time, which is the present. They now tend to predict what will likely happen in the political activities or political happenings in a particular country or in a particular state. So history is the study of the past, the present, and to predict the future. So history is very useful when one wants to talk of what will likely happen in the past. Then history can also be defined branch of knowledge which studies the past and assessment of notable events in the society of men. Wonderful. So this simply means that history is the branch of knowledge. It's a subject. It's like a study that one can study in secondary school or in the higher institution, college of education or university and so on. That allow one to know about the past. And not only knowing about the past, to assess it. That is, assessment means to score. Oh, this thing happened so year. How? What prompted it? What am I going to do? Or what is the parameter or the degree of this thing that happened? Then not only that, of notable events like the Nigerian Civil War, events like Aba Women Riots, events like First World War that happened in 1914 and eventually ended in 1918, events like the Second World War of 1939 to 1945. These are notable events in the society of men. So history preserves all this. So you get to understand these definitions of history better when we talk about the characteristics of history and importance of history in our next class. Thank you and God bless you.